Pastor George Borkart, and this is another Higher Things video short. Fun Word Friday takes on the much despised pronoun for God, He. That's the subject of today's Higher Things video short. Hey, if you love our videos, if you are loving or learning about your faith from a little Lutheran organization, youth organization that could, go ahead and like and subscribe today. I suppose if you don't like the video, the not like key works too. Also, you can go to support.higherthings.org and give today. Your tax-deductible gift keeps Higher Things, a youth organization which passes on the faith to the next generation, keeps us a-rolling. So it's almost hard to do without laughing because it's so anti-biblical that it'll blow your mind. But this is where we are in the world. Into a universe where the world run into the world of wanting to get rid of gender descriptions, wanting to sort of get rid of patriarchal God, comes sort of the idea adopted by some churches that God transcends gender. He's above all that. He isn't a he. And some folks get all crass and maybe say, God, she is. And suddenly God's a she. Or just God's not gender at all. And sort of the father language is dropped. This is not Christian. Not even close. Not in any way, shape, or form. No way. We've left Christianity now. If you want to hold this view, then you're taking your worldview and you're importing it into Christianity. Christianity doesn't have this worldview. It's not the way God revealed himself. God revealed himself as a father who gives up his son. We can sort of talk about God in the general sense that he sort of transcends all gender. But when God reveals himself, when God tells you who he is, he's a he. When God sends his son, who is a he, to atone for the sin of the world on New Year's Day, 8 days after the birth of Christ, the Son of God, who is a he, is circumcised because he's a he. I mean, this is sort of, again, I don't mean to sort of belabel this part, but there's really no way within the bounds of the Christian faith as taught in the sacred scriptures to defend anything which concludes that God is somehow other than a he or a him or a his or a father who gives up a son, masculine. I don't want to get into the spirit now because that'll fog the thing up. Even though the spirit is sometimes referred to as the Spirit of Christ, who is also a he. And if I seem like I don't have much to say today other than to sort of shake my hands and say, he's a he, so's a son, probably a spirit too, it's because there's really nothing in Christianity which supports this. And in no way, shape, or form is this somehow going to put women down, because the God, who is he, who wants to save the world in the giving up of his son, when he creates the world, when man, Adam, and that's what Adam means, man, is all by himself, it's not good. It's not good for him to be alone. It's not really good until he makes woman. And so this isn't like a patriarchal culture pushing down on women, because one of the central themes in Christianity is that God's son, the bridegroom of the church, that's the girl in the Bible, the church, gives up his life to save his bride. he views his bride as more important than him, because for her, he dies. So, like, again, not oppressing anyone, not looking down on anybody, not trying to sort of push down one gender or another. We sort of have to check our worldview at the door and let Jesus speak to us in his word, and let Jesus reveal God to us. And the God that he reveals is a father who gives up his son, and the son who dies for his bride and shows us how man is for woman. But that is a song for another time. Today, it's enough to rejoice in the little pronoun, much despised in our day, he, as in God, our Father, who sends his Son, Jesus, to die for the Son's bride, the church. And the Spirit of Christ, the Holy Spirit, makes that known to us. I'm Pastor George Borghardt, and this is another Higher Things Video Short.